This is Tarot Incentives here on the Tarot Insight channel. With sweeping up spirits, tarot readings. So let's look into how you're going to be headed in a direction or stabilizing in this direction that you want to see yourself going in, even though there may be some conflict that's ongoing or off and on for some of you guys. Okay, so we're looking at Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries here with these Solomon Seals Tarot here, along with the black and gold reflective. Let's go ahead and begin with Leo. Leo, just taking a time to stop really thinking about or reflecting on something coming in here as being silenced. Okay, so this is a recuperative type of energy where you may be feeling better after, feeling down and out, or some of you guys may have felt some kind of way as far as your health. Just taking a step back from that for a while is going to help you to return to it in a more refreshed frame of mind to be able to deal with whatever sickness or pain was coming up. This could have been something health related for some of you guys. Even health related, not just health related, but just some of you just having some time to really have a lot of silent time, even stepping away from that for a little bit, because you may have been almost reflecting like too much almost, and so not having too much of a good thing is probably going to help you to feel more refreshed in some area with something that you're dealing with. When it comes to Sagittarius, the area where you could use a step away from something is coming in with something that you wanted initially that happened, that you've been thinking about and turning over and over in your mind. The pros and cons of it, the ins and outs, everything that you have to put up with as a result of this opportunity that came to fruition for you. Just taking a step back of, when it comes to how you feel about that, how you've been dealing with it, what the ramifications have been, taking a step away and then coming back. That'll help you to be refreshed about these thoughts that you're having about something that you wanted. Aries. It will be helpful for you to step back a little bit from this reevaluation that you've been doing when you have reflected yourself, on things that have been going on. Just this intense inner searching has had you really serious. Some of you guys may have been feeling melancholy for the most part, and just taking a step back, a breather away from that for a while could be uplifting, or less for you guys. Now let's take a look at water signs, beginning with Cancer. You may find it helpful. You probably will find it helpful to step away and take a breather from this being very moderate or being very patient, and just rewarding yourself with something, not holding back in some way with something, treating yourself so that you can come back more refreshed, so that you won't feel so worn down. I mean, you could be getting to that point where you feel a bit worn down, and just, taking a step away from that for a while. having a little bit of gratification after a long absence of it is something that is going to leave you feeling a bit more refreshed. That's what's coming in. Pisces. You may want to take a step back from this creative flow that you've had going on, because it could be signaling that it's time for a refresher so that you won't burn yourself out. You are going to come back better than ever and even more creative, and uniquely so, I might add here. Well, I am adding here with this coming in. Okay, so there's like a tally on all this creativity that's been going on, and to come back even more improved, although you've already been very, very creative. I mean, it's just human to have somewhat of a break, and that's what's coming in as something that you could use a bit of a breather from, so that other people can in turn do something creative for themselves. You have been providing a lot of creativity, a lot of birthing of new agendas, new projects, and what have you. And you're going to be, in a place of feeling refreshed if you take a breather from that. Scorpio. Teamwork is everything, right? It's very pleasant when you are able to pull others in and do things together. It is signaling here, though, that fate is going to help you to blossom in another area if you take a break from all of this teamwork energy, all of this work, all of this sharing your emotional goals with others, and kind of like regenerate some projects, some sort of goal that you have that you can aim for yourself, and you won't feel like you had to cooperate too much. And well, I wanted this, but we wanted the same thing, but I wanted another color, or I wanted this, I wanted, just various um, differences there. This could be something that you feel more refreshed about because you could do it solo. That is going to refresh you. Now let's take a look at what's going on with Taurus. Taurus. So you may have been feeling like things have been dragging some of you guys because of a woulda, coulda, shoulda type of energy. Just feeling like you may have missed a chance to say something or to be the better man or woman that someone else really needed there, or to express yourself in some way other than you did, other than you have. And just really dwelling on that is something you may need to try to distract yourself from and take a break from for a while, so that you can come back better than ever. That's what's coming in. Capricorn. Oh, wow, all these responsibilities, all of this very important paperwork, or all of this grind that you've been on. You haven't let much seep through your fingers here. It may be time to kind of like reap the benefits of some of that hard work and effort that you have put in. Since it appears you have been overworking yourself, it may be time for a bit of a vacay. Virgo. Pulling back from all the things that you may feel the need to teach someone else, to teach others. That's a lot of pressure on anyone. All this wisdom and compassion that you've been displaying, reading it, eating it, sleeping it, dreaming it, living it. And what's coming in is like just taking a little bit of a break from reflecting on those things that may have been eye-opening and yet kind of tragic, or stressful, even though they have been something that builds upon your intellectuality. That's the best way to put it. Just kind of like relaxing a little bit from all of that conduit energy that is coming from your intellect, not like wearing yourself down. You're going to be able to come back better than ever, more refreshed if you kind of like get off of the analytical potato track for a little bit, just so that you can get a breather and come back more refreshed. So I think that was it for the earth signs. Now 3 more signs coming up. Aquarius, let's see what's going to be beneficial for you to take a little bit of a breather from for a while. And oh, what is this here? So because I know you guys like these cards, there are a few of you guys who really like the reflective ones. This one is one that is kind of hard to tell what this is, but it looks like here that this person has walked away. Okay, so what's coming in for you is that you may need to take a bit of a break on reflecting about why someone else may have felt the need to abandon someone else or you, or why you may have wanted to abandon someone in the past. I feel like you've been harping on this. Some of you guys have really let this bother you to the point where you're not making a move that is career related or romance related. And if you just take a bit of a break away from thinking about that so much, you're going to feel more refreshed. Things are going to sink in better, and you're going to feel the ability to move on in some way. But you're just going to need to take a bit of a break, because it's almost like something that is just constantly rolling over and over in your mind. It's becoming a bit of a toil. And if you just, focus on something else as much as you can, if some of you are being very active, this could definitely help as far as picking up the pace with activities, so that you can just come back better than ever, and just with more of an open mind that's going to lead to more understanding, more comprehension, a better frame of mind for you. Libra. Ooh, 2 are pretty much stuck together here. They came out together. There's this adventurous spirit as well as this disappointment. Some of you guys may be, constantly reminding yourselves, or things may be coming up that you can't help it. You're reminded of some sort of romantic disappointment. And some of you guys had an adventure that really went sour on you, or it just didn't turn out, a certain way, because maybe you were inexperienced and you're beating yourself up for that, or you were honest and open and trustful, and someone just was not mature enough to handle that, and they let you down, perhaps, or you were just very optimistic, and things are still kind of like in a zone to where, they haven't completed or come to fruition all the way. Whatever this is that is causing you to not enjoy fully everything that you could be enjoying right now, this is something that you may need to take yourself away from, because, just for a little bit, like if you want to think something through that was related to disappointment, you still may need to take a breather and do something else and get your mind off of that for a while, according to the tarot here, so that you could readjust and align your brain waves, your brain cells, and come back in a way that is going to be better, more productive, more energizing for you. All right, so that's what's coming in for you. Gemini. Something you may need to take a bit of a break from, so that you can re-energize yourself and come back in a very, very powerful way is this intense need to be totally methodical, to be this individual who is constantly the most disciplined in the room, possibly on the whole block. And that's a lot of pressure. And just to go away for a second, give yourself a few days of, you know, not being out there, not putting yourself out there in that disciplined fashion is going to be something that is going to be extremely helpful for you. And it's going to help you to mold whatever you're molding, your creations, yourself, or helping to mold someone else's higher way of looking at things or going about doing things. It's going to help you to feel more recharged as you go about that. All right. So those are the words of advice coming in from the tarot here today for all signs. And I hope that they are helpful in some way with whatever you're doing. All right. Ciao.